6-lap combined event for sports cars and sports sedans.
And it's a big start by one of the sports sedans. Looks like Graham Lusty, who may be pushing his Tirana through from the second row of the grid, and that'll give the sports car drivers something to think about because they were faster in practice. It's a real mixed bag here. And there's a locking of brakes going on there, which really put the man who was second in practice, Jim Doig, into some sort of strife and cost him quite a few places. Pole position had been taken by Alan Hands in car 15, a Nagante. That's a sports car, and you could expect to see it come up and challenge Lusty, but Lusty's got what you might call a lusty start. He really is going flying through there in his Tirana and well ahead of the sports cars, which is not the way things should be. And the two sports cars in hot pursuit and some laps and some lengths behind rather, maybe 40 metres as much, will be trying to peg him back very, very quickly. They've got another 5 1/4 laps still to do it.
Yes, round the Speedway Bowl, Lusty with a fairly commanding break now. You can see second and third place getters coming into view as they come back to rejoin the main straight. 15 is in second spot.
That's Alan Hands. He's just in front of Jim Doig, but Doig almost nudges the car there, pulls out the pass, and then for a moment seems to be in some sort of strife. Just is a little faster in the unstreamlined looking little Asp. He should go a bit deeper under brakes with the lighter car, but no, there's a very brave move by Hands there in the Nagante. He goes wide on the outside and has gained some advantage over Doig, but this is the battle for second spot. Lusty has gone through in the lead in the Tirana, still in front of these cars, and in fourth place, another Tirana, John Gurney. In
Hands having another go.
He has the handling, and he's going on the inside there. He must hold the line there, and he goes through in front. Now he's got a bit of a job to stay in front as they come towards the Speedway Bowl, but Doig holds that line. And in his little car, it looks like a little ant, doesn't it? Not an asp. Depends on how you think about Cleopatra, I suppose. But he's now out to do to Lusty what the asp did to Cleopatra.
Actually, he's making up some ground on Ken Lusty too, coming through the Speedway Bowl section of the course.
Well, Lusty does seem to have a very fast car, more of a projectile than a handler, and he now is away down the long straight here at Adelaide. All that Doig can probably hope to do is to hang on, try and match the top speed, maybe brake a little later, having such a lighter car.
And pick him up in the corners if he can.
Right. Yeah. So let's see if he can do it. He doesn't have a lot of room to do it. He's still got 3 3/4 laps to go. But Lusty is a pretty knowledgeable sort of contestant. He's out there in front. He's going to try and hold the lead. That's the extent of the lead as he goes under the Nissan sign. You can see it's something like 70 metres at the moment. Lusty through the bends. This is the part of the circuit that should favour the sports cars.
That's 70 metres is deceptive. It's in fact 1.12 seconds.
Yes, it doesn't take them long to do it. And he's right up, not quite on the tail, but certainly has halved the gap.
Yes, close right up now. It's about 25 metres, in fact, between first and second. Onto the Speedway Bowl again, and they've dropped off Jim Doig, the third place getter.
Now that's where the difference in performance is, but he's taken a very difficult line out there. Lusty won't surrender his position, but he can't do much about keeping the asp in sight, except the asp is so wide on the Speedway Bowl that he lost ground.
Straight line. He's got great acceleration, Lusty, in that sports sedan.
And in fact, it was the sports car driver, Doig, in the asp who had to give ground. He tried a very courageous line on the outside, but it's not the way to go around here at Adelaide, as he found to his sorrow. Lusty still then in the lead. The race now roughly half distance, 3 and a bit laps, in fact, had covered of the 6-lap event. Lusty still in front. That's not the way it should be. The fastest man, in fact, is coming third. Alan Hands, who was quickest in practice in the Nagante, back there in third place. Must be wondering what he should do to try and get up into the lead. It looks the most impressive car there, a nicely built, locally made vehicle, but once again Doig is back in a challenging position, and surely this time, Gary, he'll get through this time, because this is where he is very fast. Here he comes now. It's almost as though he's on a rubber band and he's just about to take up the slack. Let's see what he can do. Here he goes. He won't go on the outside, you can be sure of that. Yes, he takes a tight line on the inside with 2 laps to go in this combined race for sports sedans and sports cars. Lusty, though, still has the legs, and he pulls away from the little asp of Doig. Doig has to do it again. He's got less than 2 laps to do it, and he himself is under some sort of challenge from Alan Hands in the Nagante. It's a 3-car race roughly at the moment. John Gurney's back there in 4th place. Let's concentrate, though, on the leading 3. 2 sports cars trying to haul back a sports sedan.
Lusty leads, but the sports cars make up ground through the corners and through the S's at the back of the circuit.
Let's give full credit to Lusty, the way he's driven. He really has thrown that car around, but the sports car right on his tail again. Is it close enough, though? This is the part of the circuit where Doig should get by, where he has to get by. But can he do it? Lusty will take the line. He'll hold it and make it very hard for the little Asp to get by. When they complete this, one lap to go. He's going on the outside. That is a difficult line, as we found before. Can he hold it? I wouldn't like to be in front of that Tirana coming through there, but he's done it. He's held it. He's going very close to the fence now. Can he hold him under a sheer acceleration? There's a slower car in front that's pulled out of the way. Bang goes the Tirana, just like a rocket. Past him, Lusty's back in front, less than a lap to go, and Doig has to do it all again, and Hans is holding back there. I don't think Hans poses the threat. The real chance of victory here, apart from Lusty, has to be Jim Doig in the Asp.
Doig right on his tail now, going through the back part of the circuit this time, trying to get past because he needs to establish a reasonable lead coming out of the final corner to hold it to the finish line.
Lusty knows this, and he's not going to give him room if he can, and Lusty is driving a magnificent race in what must be a car that's severely handicapped in handling compared to these little sports cars. Both the sports cars are close. Let's not forget Alan Hans. He's moved up an incredible amount, very close behind.
Here comes Doig again.
On the outside, Lusty won't give him too much room, and Doig will have to back off and maybe make to the inside, but Doig just
he gets the slingshot.
And here comes Hans behind as well. Doig's got the lead now, and I think that'll be enough. Hans is going to come again under acceleration. It'll be a very, very close into the line. He thinks he's got the race won.
He's done it.
And he just goes across the line. That was a close victory and a great drive by Jim Doig, who had to do it the hard way. Ken Lusty just held off a last-minute challenge from Alan Hans, and that's the way they finished. Doig in the Asp, Lusty in the Tirana, and Hans in the Megane.
Nissan invite you to step into tomorrow. Now, introducing new Nissan Pulsar ET Turbo, Australia's first affordable high-performance 5-door. Pulsar. Refined, defined, fuel-injected and turbocharged. Nissan Pulsar ET Turbo. It has the life. Come on!